I seem to be the only Pollyanna on the panel today. Do you think things are going to get done, or are you skeptical as well with everybody else?
No, I'm not skeptical. I do think things are certainly going to get done because both of these parties, all of these leaders are in a conundrum. If you look at those exit polling data, voters are angry. Voters are upset. If you're the Democrats and Republicans, you can't afford another 2 years of doing nothing. I think what the president should do in the State of the Union address is stand before Congress and say, enough kicking these big items down the line. It's time to stop. They told us they want us to work. Amen. Now let's actually get to work. And so the challenge should be there. And he should stop threatening with the executive order when it comes to immigration. He should simply say, get to work, or you know what's going to happen. So enough with the threats. He has to challenge them. They must challenge him. But the voters also who went to the polls have to get out their butts and say, I voted, but I'm going to hold you accountable. So we're going to go to your meetings. We're going to go to your offices. We're going to push you to get off your butts because we're paying you to work and you're not working.
Josh.
Well, the problem is the two parties don't agree, and so they're not going to be able to get together and work these things out.
Have you heard from has anyone talked to Republicans behind the scenes, you know, away from their opening arguments, as Joe put them, and hear that they do want,
You hear that there are small areas of agreement like the ones I talked in. You also hear that the angry people that got them elected want them to send a message to Obama, that they want to repeal Obamacare, that they want to unwind a lot of the things that Democrats have accomplished over 6 years, which is going to borrow a phrase, poison the well.
Okay. And the Republican leaders say...
Hold on. Why is it that every time Republicans win the majority, it's because angry people voted for them? That's a bunch of nonsense.
That's not true. Democrats were angry at George Bush in 2006. They were angry in 2008. Anger is what drives American elections.
See, I think that I agree with the concept the Democrats lost this. Republicans didn't win.
I'm sorry, Joe, I got to agree with you. But here's the problem. I got to agree with you, Joe, because here's the deal. How did voters pass minimum wage increases in states, but then also elected Republicans as well? Voters are angry. Exactly. There were Democrats who were angry. Okay, Anthony Brown, they assumed he was going to be governor in Maryland. He got blown away by Larry Hogan. This is a deep blue state. Illinois, Pat Quinn, deep blue state. And so you have that. What has to happen is voters need to understand that Election Day was the end of one process, the beginning of another. We have to challenge these leaders to say, enough with your games, enough with all the talk. I need you to get to work because we are suffering while you're getting your check and your health care.
Mika, this is what Roland just said is, 2006 was a repudiation of Bush. 2010 was that ideological election that some people are saying 2014 is. 2014 really was Americans going out saying, get things done. Republicans understand this, and the so-called hotheads in the House or in the Senate or wherever they are, they understand. They won in 2010. They didn't get things done over the next 2 years. They got voted out. I mean, they don't have to go back to what happened to me in 1994 and 1996. They can see what happened in 2010. All the incentives are for both of these parties to get things done. I think they will.
I want you to be right.
I'll be quiet.
I want you to be right.
I don't think you do. The American voters want you to be right. The question is whether it comes to the tricky issues like tax reform and immigration reform, they can actually get over ideological hurdles and move to the center. And when you ask Republicans, okay, so what is it you're going to compromise on? Where is it
Nothing.
you are going to shift to the center?
Nothing. You're going to get burned.
Trade and they name Keystone, but they don't talk about immigration and they don't talk about tax reform.
I'll tell you what I'd do, Mika. I would, if I were the president of the United States, I would make the Republicans put up or shut up. I'm not running for re-election again and say, listen, you guys have talked about saving Medicare, talked about saving Medicaid, talked about Social Security. Great. Let's do it. And go for the big deal. Make history, bend history with entitlement reform. Call the Republicans bluff, throw it on the table, and just sit there and smile because you're not running for re-election in 2016. You're giving lots of speeches, making lots of money. And the president of the United States could do something that could save this country over the next 20 to 30 years on debt, and the Democrats can all vote no. And it's all on the Republicans' lap. Are you going to be responsible or are you going to run?
That's right.
I think he needs to do that.
Look at this cover.